How would it feel to have a thriving fitness business and have the freedom to enjoy life at the fullest? Well, that is exactly what the Trainer Revenue Multiplier Show is going to give you. My name is Matthew Park. This is Jaime Filer.
Hey guys.
And we are here to serve. Are officially live, Jaime.
Hey, I'm so excited on our new sexy software. Let's do it.
It's like right to the point,
I feel like this is an epic journey for me to learn a new software. This is good.
It'll be fresh. It'll be exciting. It's going to go on more platforms for the next go time for YouTube and so forth. So it's going to be fun.
Amazing. So great. So great.
I love it. So, Jaime, we're coming to a new, a new month, middle of Q2. Just finished our group coaching call, which I thought actually was platinum, by the way. I was like so confused. And now we have a topic on how to create an epic client journey. And I definitely excited to talk to you because you definitely have revamped, improved, have one of the best ones we probably have in TRM for yourself and your own business. And we specialize in that with our clients.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's one of the first things we teach for sure.
So I guess first question would be like, when you think of a client journey, Jaime, in TRM for Filer Fitness for our clients, what comes to your mind around client journey?
That it starts before they become a client. That it starts in your email newsletters, the value you provide. It starts in the social media testimonials, before and afters, client case studies that you post. The journey for the client starts with them as a prospect. They're on the sidewalk and then they move to the road and then they hop in your car.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Thank you.
Wow. That's actually perfect going into that whole client journey. So you're saying before they become a client.
Before they become a client, they should know what to expect, right? Like I think we say it in the sales call module, you don't sell after you close after you've sold or something to that effect.
Yeah, totally.
Either way, the client should almost already know going into a sales call that you're the person they want because you've been doing so many amazing things in terms of marketing and advertising, soliciting and conversing and helping, that once you get them on the phone, they're like, yes, you are the person I've been seeing on TikTok every single day. Like, I want to be coached by you. Just show me where to sign. And that's how the client journey begins, with buy-in that happened as a result of you doing everything you needed to do leading up to the sales call.
I love it. So let's talk about those things, Jaime, like what things we could have our clients do, or things you're currently doing right now, or we coach our clients on, that they can be doing prior to enrich that experience for people.
Yeah, great question, because we actually just talked about this in the breakout room with one of our people. Two things. Number one, if you have assistant coaches, advertise them. This is something that we've actually seen come up with a couple people in TRM who have assistant coaches, and then they hop on a sales call and the person said, oh, I didn't realize you had coaches, or, oh, I thought I would be getting you, not your assistant coach, right? So make it very clear what your role in the company is, whether it's a coach or whether it's you're the figurehead, right? So that people, again, are not surprised when you say, I'm going to put you with Coach Danny or Coach Steph. The other thing is you want to post social proof every single day on your stories, whether that's a before and after or a screenshot of a conversation with a client. You want to be showing just how consistently your people are reaching their goals.
So social proof, can you give examples, Jaime? So you're mentioning like testimonials, screenshots. What else can people be sharing in their stories?
So the three regarding transformation are before and afters, case studies, and testimonials. Okay. And then if you want almost like real-time validation, that's where the screenshots would come in, because they're just so raw and authentic. Like nobody anticipates that you're going to take a screenshot of a conversation. They blurt it out. They say what they're going to say. And you're like, oh my God, my heart, I have to share this with social media, right? So it's just super authentic. That's why I think it should appear on stories all the time. Whereas the other three, The before and afters, the case studies, the testimonials are a little bit more curated, right? We give our clients the questions in advance to answer. We have them up in the background when we do a green screen talking about our client's journey. Hey, if you're just like Maria, here's what she struggled with. Here's how we helped her. Here's where she's at now, right? So there's a raw and authentic way to do it, and then like a curated and authentic way to do it.
Good. That's definitely a good example. I like that. So you're saying stories basically every day. So then how frequently would a person be posting on their actual feed stuff like this?
Yeah. So again, in chatting with this platinum client about it, she has an obligation that all of her assistant coaches have to post 2 days per week and tag her as a collaborator. So not only is she posting, but what her assistant coaches are posting is showing up on her page. So even if like, there's just no way around it. You know that she has a team, which again is not going to be a surprise when she sells her team to the prospect instead of herself. So I would go 2 days a week, we're providing value. 1 day a week, we're doing a case study before and after a testimonial. 1 day a week, we're doing a post about yourself, your marriage, your kids, your dog, your vacation, your philosophy on dieting. And then 2 days a week, we're hitting a pain point.
I like that. So guys, kind of reframe this, guys. It's actually awesome because we're getting context around how to improve your client journey and improve the client experience, which goes into even before they become a client, what you can be doing prior to. Jaime's examples are amazing on the story side, but also on the feed side, which goes into my next question in how do we want them to feel coming into that process, which is big because you mentioned social proof. Social proof, we feel more confident, we feel more secure, we feel more clear about, I want to work with Father Fitness. I want to work with Jace Lopez because of B, C, D, F, and G.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, do you know the actual time it takes for a person before they actually commit? Like, almost like they see yourself for the first time and they commit to become a Father Fitness client. Do you know that time frame potentially of what it takes for them?
It really depends where these people come in from. So if it's Instagram, it's honestly anywhere from 9 months to a year and a half. And so that's a lot of equity I have built with them. If it's anything less than that, Matthew, like if they've been following me for 3 months or 6 months, chances are I will have to handle an objection. If it's 9 to a year and a half, they're sold, they're done, right? It wasn't a good time for them before because of money, but like now they're ready. But there are obviously other ways of having lead gen. Like let's say it's a referral. Honestly, a lot of our referrals also, they've not been following us for any period of time. Your sister-in-law loses a ton of weight. You're like, you look amazing. Who's your trainer? And then you immediately hire your sister-in-law's trainer because you're looking at the social proof in front of you. You see how she's eating. You see how her habits have changed and her identity has shifted. Like you're good. You don't need to see this person's Instagram, right? So I think it depends where the lead is coming from. But yes, Filer Fitness, 9 to 18 months.
Sweet. I love it. Now we're going to move from the front to like they become the client on that day. Say it's today. So the next 7 days are pretty important for that client because buyer's remorse comes in. How is the experience going to be? Did I make the right decision of signing with this into this coaching business? That's important. So now it's like, how do we make that client feel that it was the best choice they made in signing up with that going forward?
Amazing. So gosh, so many things happen. Okay. Number one, you've got your onboarding process, right? And we have Laurent to thank for that in TRM. So the immediate text message that goes out, the immediate email that goes out, that is clear and concise. Here are 4 things you have to do in the next 3 days to make this process easier on yourself. We recommend a video sales letter as well. So again, thank you so much for joining the team. They see your smiling face. They see your passion, your energy, your enthusiasm, followed by the 4 steps, right? You can say them in the video and then again, reiterate them, or just have like a lot of excitement in the video and then the 4 steps written out. You're going to want that immediate text message. Filer Fitness always sends a welcome gift to new clients. Because one of our icebreaker questions is, how old are you? What do you do for work? What do you do for fun? So we can get a sense of their hobbies and interests just in that initial discovery. And then I end up buying them like a candle and a toy for their dog and a gratitude journal. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for the personalized gift. I totally wasn't expecting that. Again, and especially with Amazon Prime, it gets to them in 2 days. That's not even enough time for buyer's remorse. So they're already like, shit, like they're so bought in. Like this team has gotten to know me. So day one, you're already off to a great start.
So Amazon Prime, collaborator.
Amazon Prime. Yeah, 100%. So great. Get an Amazon storefront if you haven't yet, friends, in TRM. We just set ours up today. Game changer.
So what's intriguing about that as well is we talk about the 5 and 12 touch points prior to them becoming a client, right?
Yeah.
What you shared there is basically 5 to 10 touch points when they become a client in the first 7 to 10 days, which is amazing because it's reinforcement. It's different angles of gift, email, SMS, confirmation, community, reinforcement, their information, all that good stuff.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, Mathew, you just brought up an amazing one, community, because you're going to be busy, or your assistant coach is going to be busy for the next 72 hours, kind of, making the program, working with their other clients, nurturing and fulfillment. That's where your WhatsApp group chat or your Instagram group chat or your Facebook group is going to come in handy, because they will be able to answer questions, introduce themselves to the new client. And you're almost going to have like that sense of community taken care of on your behalf from people who are already bought in and excited about the process.
Agreed. Totally agreed. So now we've kind of covered that stage 2, right? From when they become a client in the first 7 days, which obviously that's a huge, huge piece in the puzzle.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go into, 7 and then the first month of them becoming the client. What's that client experience, that client journey now? And let's talk about that for a sec.
Yeah. This is really just a matter of delivering on your promises.
Mm-hmm.
What did you tell them was going to happen? Did you say that you were immediately going to go into a fat loss phase? Did you tell them that you were going to reverse diet them? Did you tell them that you were going to give them macros or start them on a clean eating grocery list because macros seemed like a lot for them to handle? Do what you say you're going to do. Like the first 28 days have the most pressure, because that's when the client's going to decide how the next 2 months are going to go. But they're also so easy. Like, just be a good coach. That's it. So yeah, come up with a great plan. Make sure you hop on a call with them as soon as you send it, saying, hey, I know it's a lot all at once. When do you have 15 minutes where we can go over it live via Zoom and I will screen share? And then within the first month, kind of like as the check-ins are flowing smoothly and you're getting the results you want, in and around that 28th or 30th day, you should be sending them a feedback form. Because again, you want to make sure that the next 2 months, they're not ghosting you. They're just as happy. They're even more bought in than they were the first month.
I love the passion, Jaime. You just get me all infused. I love this. So
because this is so like, this is why we do what we do. Yeah,
exactly. This is beautiful, guys, because as Jaime shares this, I want you to, if you're taking notes or you're, in your car or wherever you are right now, this is very important, because sometimes we get caught up in just looking at sales and marketing, but we forget these 3, actually it's more than 3, but there's like 4 stages. Jaime right now has given us like these nuggets, which you guys get all for free right now, which is amazing. So think of that first month is that if you do it like this or something like this, or take one piece from today and apply it, that could mean 2 or 3 more referrals in your business. You don't even have to like spend a bunch of money on, right? Yeah. And then clients are raving about what you're doing.
Yeah. So that's another thing. If the initial like 3 days, or even if the sales call goes so well, you can say something like, hey, just curious, like, I know you're super stoked about the program. Is there anyone else in your life, now that you know what we're about, is there anyone else in your life who you think would benefit from what we do here?
So true. Yeah, so true. So guys, map this out when you're at home tonight, right? Map out what you're doing right now in the process of, like Dan mentioned, about a lot of the, case studies, testimonials, screenshots, shares, basically like confirmation that what you're doing, your coaching is that powerful and changing lives.
Yeah.
What is happening right now in that process for you in your business? Step 2 is you take some notes here about what are you currently doing right now in your 7-day when they sign up phase. How could you make that better? And just look at one more thing to improve.
Yeah.
And Jay talked about, the first month. So you got some nuggets here from Jaime on the first month of them becoming a client. What are you currently doing? How could you improve that? Even like, a little bit better in that process. So now we're going to go into the stage 4, which ultimately is, the first 3 months of that journey. So now we've kind of passed month 1. We're going into month 2, month 3, which that's like the next stage of like, once we get past that quarter of them being with you and you've delivered on your promise, like you mentioned, Jane, like it's amazing. Now they trust you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So now is a great time to start relying on them as the experts and authority, because chances are after the first month, you're bringing in new people again, right? And that's not to say we are neglecting the people we signed on in month 1. But again, if you did a solid job in the first 30 days, they understand the process. Now they become the ones answering questions in your Instagram group, in your Facebook group, and in your WhatsApp group chat. And you're like, yes, this is the culture that I created. Also make sure that you're involving them on your weekly or monthly group calls. But hey, like if you've got a new mom that you just onboarded and she's got 3 kids and she's a single mom and doesn't know how to balance, put her in the WhatsApp group chat and then tag, hey, @Jen, I feel like you'd be an amazing resource for @Ashley. Perhaps you guys can like big sister, just right. So then that person will also feel like not only are they part of a team, but they have a role, right? Like a baseball team is only a baseball team because there's a shortstop, first base, back catcher, pitcher. Otherwise, it's just 11 guys, right? Your team should have roles and you know who you're going to call on for certain things when you need them.
So true. So true. So I love that. We almost we covered the 4 stages basically of the client journey, guys.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of meat in the bone here for you guys to digest, reflect on. It's almost like, here's your 3-month or 1-year model of how to grow your business from a client journey perspective, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, we've revamped our TRM process, Jaime, and the own company that we have TRM here many times over and over again, asking the question, how can we, make our client experience better? One thing can be improved? We recently put the onboarding process into place with Laurent.
Yeah.
Onboarding has become so slick for TRM members now, where they can be onboarded in minutes and everything is like dialed in the process after they sign up in TRM. There's no manual. It's all beautifully customated, but also unique in the experience.
Yeah.
So that one change where like people are like, wow, it's that fast. I'm like, yes, it's that fast.
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. So any other thoughts you want to expand, Jaime, on the client experience process?
Don't be afraid of feedback. I think so many times people lose clients in the first month, in the second month, people don't renew after the 3rd month. And it could have been prevented if you had just said, what can I be doing better? But we all have egos and we're all a little bit fragile. And you have to get over it and say, you know what, if someone cares enough to give me feedback, it's because they want to stay. But if you never ask them, they might not think about it. They might just say, well, I guess this is how the program is. So I'll just tolerate it for 12 weeks, but I'm not renewing. When they don't know what they don't know. But if you're constantly like, Mathew, what more can I be doing with the check-ins? Is the Google Sheet still working for you? Would you like 1 phone call a month? Do you need YouTube videos embedded in the Google Doc, or are you cool? Like, are you familiar with them? Right? Constantly being like, I'm going to throw this out, bounce it back to me, lob it back. So yeah, put your ego aside, because the truth is you're going to have a lot crappier of an ego when all of your clients leave you, or you have like a 30% resell rate after the 3rd month than you will if you just ask people what they thought and how they felt in the 1st and 2nd month.
So that's awesome, Jane, because that can almost be done, guys. Literally, as you're having your check-in calls, at the end of a check-in call, ask the feedback, right? Over 30 seconds. How was the first week of joining, Father Fitness or Personal Mastery or Apex Training? How was your experience so far? Do you have any feedback for me? That can be in 30 seconds, right? And it just takes one little update here. So if you're auditing your process every quarter, and think of that auditing of the process over the course of a year, your client experience gets this much like better every single quarter. And at the end of the year, all of a sudden your retention goes from let's say, 4 months to 6 months, that could mean thousands of dollars more in your pocket because you got feedback that you mentioned, and you also improved your client experience. That means revenue, happiness, referrals, better clients, happier clients, more impact.
I think you just brought up a great point, which probably should be its own podcast, Matthew, but increasing your LTV of a client, your lifetime value, costs you less money than bringing in a new client. And I tell my coaches that all the time. I say, guys, I'm going to be hustling anyway to feed you, but you will make both of our jobs so much easier if you just do a good one. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep all of our clients for 9 to 12 months instead of only expecting them to stay for 3. And then, oh, Jamie's got to make 14 sales this month. Keep them happy, and it will cost you less in the long run.
This is awesome, Jaime. I love that share, because what Jaime just shared there, guys, is gold. Because if you have a coaching team or you don't, so let's say you have a coaching team and you're constantly evolving and asking the question, how can I support my coaches? How can I make the experience for them better? How can I, also mentor and support them and ask questions on where they can be helped? For example, Jaime, we just implemented the new win thing. You just gave 2 wins to Tanny last week for some of our clients. And, that's going to be shared probably this week and next week, right? That one small change in our process could mean that much more spread of the knowledge and, the goodness happening with our clients.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, Jaime, you're like a master at finishing things up and wrapping up the podcast. So I'm going to pass that baton over to Filer.
Amazing. Guys, if you liked what you heard, if you felt my passion through your phone or computer, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and rate this podcast so we work our way up the algorithm. Make sure that you are following us on all social media platforms at Trainer Revenue Multiplier. We would love to hear from you. If you're curious about our process, let us show you our incredible client journey. Until the next episode, have the best rest of your day.
Boom. Filer. Are we still live? We are. That's okay.